The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Matinee Madness. Matinee Madness is presented by the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center, El Dorado Scioto Downs, Winterwood Farm, and Wire to Wire Wealth.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the matinee here in Bucyrus at the Crawford County Fairgrounds. Matt Clark and myself, Susan Schroeder, are going to bring you all the action. We have 11 races today, and we'll be right back to talk about them after this.
Racing is back at El Dorado Scioto Downs. Catch the excitement all summer long. Live racing every Tuesday through Saturday nights. First race post time is 5:45. Mark your calendar to see the future stars with a $150,000 Next Generation on July 5th. Thrilling harness racing at El Dorado Scioto Downs. Horse players can earn points with the Caesars Reward Program. El Dorado Scioto Downs. Live racing is back.
With over 30 years of experience in wealth planning and a lifetime of involvement in harness racing, Matt Franklin at Wire to Wire Wealth can help you build a financial plan that addresses the unique circumstances of those involved in the horse racing industry. Whether you are investing to build wealth, protect your family, or preserve your assets, Matt at Wire to Wire Wealth will work with you through the wealth planning process from start to finish.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 66 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fairs, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for nearly $23 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
We're getting ready for race number 1, which is a 2:20 time bar trot and pace. Number 1 is Thunder Nation. Kevin Wolf will drive this colt. He also trains and owns. This is a Western vintage colt out of an Arts Place mare, All-American Nation. This horse was purchased at the Buckeye Classic sale for $6,000 and is a half-brother to Barley Nation, who many of us know, a record of 151-4, and a full brother to Honest Nation, who's got a mark of 53-2. Two horse is No Approval Needed. Ryan Stahl drives and trains and owns along with Stephen Reese and Matt Lambert. This is an Uncle Peter filly out of a DeJarnbro mare, Sealed with Approval. This is the first foal out of Sealed with Approval. This colt was purchased at the Buckeye Classic sale for $10,000. The 3-horse John Hochsteller owns, trains, and drives Cadabra Creek. This is a colt by Jitterbug out of a Tom Ridge mare, Pretty Sydney Ridge. This is a half-brother to Talent Scout, who's got a mark of 52, weighed $508,000, and a half-brother to Grafenberg, who earned $209,000. The 4 is Beach Party at 8. Robert Brooks trains, Ivy Holdings is the owner, and Pierce Henry in the bike today. This is a Down by the Seaside out of a Bettor's Delight mare, Not Before 8. This horse was purchased at the Ohio Selected sale for $80,000. The mare herself had a record of 149-3, made $267,000, and her first foal took a record as a 4-year-old of 150-3. Another note of the number 1, Thunder Nation, the mare is a half-sister to All-American Native, who made $1.3 million. So let's pick up the action in race number 1.
As they go by 3/4, No Approval Needed is out there. 148 and around this final turn. Beach Party at 8 is 3 wide and a wingin'. Inside Thunder Nation. So they're 3 across the racetrack. It's crunch time as they turn for home. On the wide side, Beach Party at 8. No Approval Needed. Thunder Nation on the inside. No Approval Needed between them. Beach on the inside. Thunder Nation. No Approval Needed. Got in to win.
Okay, in that first race, the Uncle Peter filly beat the boys. Great finish with that race. There were 3 across the track. A really nice race for their first starts. And they hit exactly on the time bar in a mile in 2:20. Quarter was 36-4, 114-2, 148 and 220. So No Approval Needed, and Ryan Stahl winning the first here at Bucyrus. Thunder Nation finished second. Beach Party at 8 was 3rd, and Cadabra Creek was 4th. We had a chance to talk to David Statz about some of the improvements that have been made here at the Crawford County Fair, so let's take a look at that. We're on the backside of the Crawford County Fairgrounds here in Bucyrus with David Statz. David, you're not only the race secretary here, but you're also the general manager of this fair.
Yeah, I'm the fair manager, the harness racing judge, on the speed committee, all kinds of things here at the fairgrounds.
Lots of hats. We want to talk today about some of the capital improvement grants that you've gotten from the OHHA to do improvements here. You've had 3 of them through the years. First one that you got was to take care of the racetrack. Tell us a little bit about that.
The racetrack hadn't been done in a long time, and when we heard about the capital improvement grants, we thought, well, the racetrack definitely needed to be graded and resurfaced. And not that it was bad, but you know, we were doing it with old equipment and stuff, so we had Bill Webb come in and do it, and boy, when he was done, the track record was 55, and they paced in 53 that year out here, so it tells you how much better it got, even though it was still good.
Absolutely. And then a couple of years later, you put in these new gates.
Yeah.
Tell us about those.
You know, being a harness racing judge, I'm all about safety of the horsemen and stuff like that, and I go to these other fairs, and they had these gates, and we didn't have nothing across here, even though this is our only draw gate and there's plenty of people standing around, but a loose horse ain't going to, a person ain't going to stop a loose horse. These gates have definitely, we did that for safety and took advantage of the capital improvement grant to put these in as well.
Yeah, and they are really nice, and it is a big span, so you needed a lot of gate here to...
18 feet across there.
18 feet, wow, that's pretty... And then this year you took another advantage of the capital improvement grants. You've got some new stall gates on your shed row?
Yeah, the old shed row over there needed some updating on the gates, and it's the old style wood gates, and they just hard to repair anymore. And so I looked into gates, different options and stuff, and we found a manufacturing company that makes them, and got a nice quote, and we put all 40 of them on there, and they seem to be real nice. I hope the guys like them today.
Yeah, I walked over there, and they do seem very nice, and you said an added bonus was you were able to keep the wooden doors so you could shut those in the winter.
Right, yeah, so the gates would be protected, because the other gates we were going to put on, we were going to have to take off and put back on, take off and put back on, so we were able to leave the old doors on and shut them, and they'll be protected in the winter as well, so, and that was nice.
Well, I want to get that out there to other fairs. What a great use for the capital improvement grants here at Bucyrus.
Yeah, you know, we're appreciative that the OHHA does that, because, you know, we don't always have the funds to keep up on some of these things, but it definitely helps that we can take advantage of them grants for that reason.
Race 2 coming up is a time bar 2:10 pace, so not to beat 2:10. The one horse, Dancing Excitedly, Tyler Bates will drive. He also trains for owner Suzanne Bates. This is a Dancing Yankee filly out of Western Ideal mare, Exciting Ideal. This horse is a half-sister to I Am Excited, who earned $193,000. The 2, Wine After Whiskey, Ryan Stahl up. Ryan also trains, and Ryan and Nicole Stahl own this Rockin' Amadeus filly. It's out of the Ponderosa mare, Lucille Amarone, the second foal from a 154-2 mare. Hellacious Hill, Darren Dowler drives, trains, and owns. Lawrence Bettler is also the owner of this Racing Hill colt, as out of a Feeling Frisky mare, Extreme Prejudice. The mare, Extreme Prejudice, made $825,000, and 4 of her foals have earned $327,000. The mare also is a full sister to That Frisky Feeling, who made $197,000. Hellacious Hill was purchased at the Buckeye Classic sale for $27,000. And Lover's Waltz, Pierce Henry slated to drive for trainer Robert Brooks. Ivy Holdings, Apple Creek, Ohio, is the owner. This is a Racing Hill filly out of a Yankee Cruiser mare, Sweetheart Dance. The mare had a mark of 151-4, made $316,000, and this colt is a half-sister to Dancin' by the Seaside, who made over $113,000. So that is your field for race number 2, not to beat 2:10.
3/4, 137-1. Off stride, Hellacious Hill, moving around the turn to the top of the stretch. Wine After Whiskey, the one to catch, and has them out there now by 5. In their second is Dancing Excitingly. Lover's Waltz is there in third, but it's Wine After Whiskey. Wine After Whiskey gets it done. Finishing second, Dancing Excitingly. Lover's Waltz is third.
Race number 2 in the books, another really nice race out of these 2-year-olds. Wine After Whiskey was the winner in 2:07 and 2, off of a half in 6 and 1. So that's the last half in 1:1 and 1, and looked really good doing it. Wine After Whiskey, Ryan Stahl owns, trains, and Ryan and Nicole Stahl are the owners. Finishing second, Dancing Excitedly. Third, Lover's Waltz, and 4 was Hellacious Hill. Hellacious Hill did win the time bar by pacing a mile in 2:10. Quarter times for that race: 32 and 3, 106 and 1, 137 and 1, and 27 and 2. As we said, last half in 1:1 and 1. Let's take a short commercial break, and then we'll be right back here at Bucyrus.
Since 1974, Winterwood Farm has been producing top-of-the-line standardbred racehorses. Captain Kirk, Mission Accepted, and Stockade Sealster continue that tradition. Captain Kirk is the son of Captain Treacherous and took a career mark of 147 and 4 as a 4-year-old. Mission Accepted, the 2-time Ohio Age Trotter of the Year, has career earnings of over $1.4 million. Stockade Sealster, the 2022 Dan Patch 2-year-old Pacing Colt of the Year. Winterwood Farm, breeding champions for over 50 years.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
History, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
Race 3 coming up is a time bar trot, not to beat 2:15. One horse, Unrealistic, Ryan Stahl in the bike, also the trainer. Susan and Norman Robbins are the owner of this filly by And Away We Go. It's out of a Prague mare, Unreal Classy. This horse is a half-sister to Romeo's Dream, who made $167,000. This horse was purchased at the Buckeye Classic sale for $3,500. Number 2, Meljack, Pierce Henry up for trainer Tyler Bates. Sean McGee from Swanton, Ohio, owns this filly, an in-range filly out of an Explosive Matter mare, Chambers Cove. And this is Chambers Cove, first foal. This horse was purchased at the Buckeye Classic sale for $5,000. Peach Alicious from the 3-hole with Tyler Bates up. Tyler trains, Suzanne Bates owns. This filly is by What the Hill out of an Uncle Peter mare. She's just a peach. This is the first foal purchased at the Buckeye Classic sale for $11,000. The mare is a half-sister to Up Blueberry Hill, who made almost $200,000. And the 4-horse is a 3-year-old filly by Mr. Anson out of a Towner's Big Guy mare. Here Comes Big Gal. Her name is Miss Big Gal. Randy Rank is the trainer and the owner, and Curtis Harper will drive this 3-year-old. This horse did have quite a few starts last year, had 8 starts as a 2-year-old, made a lot of breaks. But the second dam has produced racehorses that earned him more than almost $400,000. So let's go to race number 3.
by 3/4, 144 and 3 and around the final turn. Mel Jack is bracing for the challenge. Unrealistic is angling to the outside, moving around the turn to the top of the stretch. Mel Jack bracing for the challenge. On the outside and coming on is still Unrealistic. Miss Big Gal trying to close from the back. Unrealistic strikes the front, and Unrealistic, Ryan Winnemall Stall, 3 for 3.
Race number 3, a time bar 2:15 trot. Unrealistic and Ryan Stall, the winner. This filly trotted her mile in 2:17 and 4. Finishing second, Mel Jack. Third was Miss Big Gal, and fourth was Peachalicious. Miss Big Gal made a break behind the gate, headed at the start, but came on and finished a really game third. Fractions for the mile were 36, 111 and 4, 144 and 3, and 217 and 4. Just wanted to remind everybody that we will be doing the passport again for this summer, so you can pick up your 2025 passport, and when you come to the fairs, come to the broadcast area and we'll give you a sticker. The person that gets the most stickers, that attended the most racing programs, will get some prizes at the end of the year. So don't forget, stop by the broadcast booth, pick up your passport. We'll be back with race number 4. Okay, we are here with Brad Wallace from Hickory Lane Farms, and do you have time to come to a matinee? Are you all done foaling?
We're all done foaling. My granddaughter has a dance recital today, and I wasn't going to come, but we got done collecting stallions and doing our breeding early, so we hopped in the truck. We're only 45 minutes from here, so it's so nice. So we wanted to see some racing, so we're going to do both.
Get to see some of these young horses.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So you're still breeding a few?
Oh yeah, we're pretty busy. We've been sending out 25 to 28 doses of semen almost every breeding day. We've bred. We're moving in on 550 mares we've bred so far, so we've been busy.
Wow, that is a lot of horses.
We've been busy, yeah.
How would you say a percentage? How much of your business is ship semen, and how much is breeding on site?
I don't have an exact number, but it's pretty high. I would guess it's 90% probably.
It is, okay.
Yeah, it's very high.
Nicer.
Breeding that many mares, I mean, we don't have the room to breed that many mares on site, so thank God for ship semen, and most of it's ship semen.
Yeah.
Because we don't do much boarding at Hickory Lane, so everything other than our own mares are ship semen.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And how many foals did you have this year?
We had, I think, 48 this year.
Gosh.
Yeah. Had our first loose Perlmans. We're pretty proud of those. They're very, very nice looking, and I've had a lot of positive comments from my clients that they like their loose Perlmans real well.
And when they're little tiny ones like that, and you can look at them, can you tell? I mean, some look a little bit better than others, but do you have a sense now after doing this for so many years?
No, I wish I did. Yeah, they surprise you. You know, some that you don't have much hope for turn out to be very good, and vice versa. I've had some that I thought couldn't miss that didn't make it. So you know, that's part of the game, I guess.
Those surprises. That's what keeps us back.
That's what keeps our business going. Is
that's right.
Hope that maybe this is the one.
Yeah. And you have how many stallions now?
7.
Gosh.
We have 7 stallions. So
that does keep you really busy.
Two of those stallions have full books. In range, he's been full for quite a while, and then Luz Perlman, and then Uncle Peter, What the Hill, Guardian Angel, Racing Hill. I mean, they're all booking a lot of mares.
Wow.
So been busy.
It's nice to see the industry in Ohio growing so much, isn't it?
It is, yes. It is. Yeah, I'm moving in on a couple more years. I'll have 50 years in at Hickory Lane.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that. That's a long time. You've seen the industry up and down and in all phases.
I've seen a lot of changes. You know, I start talking to the kids about, you know, we didn't have this, you know, when I started, and I start showing my age.
I know what you mean when you talk about tying one in and you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
People don't know.
Medications and ultrasound and a lot of all this stuff that we have today didn't have when I started. You know, it's just amazing the technology that we have and the changes that I've seen over the years.
Yeah, and it all starts with you, but then we get to see these youngsters going out.
It's fun to come and see the beginnings of what may be a champion.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah,
so, well, thank you very much, Brad, for stopping by.
Yeah,
and
you're welcome.
It's been a beautiful day here.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, you never know who you're going to run into at these matinees, so we thank Brad Wallace for a couple minutes of his time. Let's take a look at race number 4. This is a trot and pace with a time bar of 2:15. We've got 3 horses in it. Deborah L. and Hank Levan from the rail. Hank trains and owns along with Levan Stables. Hurley Racing, R. Freeze, and M. Levan. This is a 2-year-old filly by Racing Hill out of a Western Terrier mare. Purchased at the Ohio Selected Sale for $10,000. The mare has a mark of 53 and 4. Made $155,000, and she is a sister to 3 $100,000 plus horses. Nighthawk Racer and Pierce Henry from the 2-hole for trainer Robert Brooks. Ivy Holdings, the owner of this Racing Hill colt, is out of a mare called Dancing with the Stars, who's by 4 Star Shark. This mare, Dancing with the Stars, has a mark took a mark as a 3-year-old of 48 and 4, made $918,000, and she produced some nice horses. Stars in Heaven, 49 and 4, Skip Jive, 50 and 3, Astaire, 52 and 1, and Tom Horn, who made $124,000. In the 3-hole with Tyler Bates will drive and trains Enters Place. This is an Enterprise colt out of a mare called Over at My Place, who's by Andover Hall. Suzanne Bates is the owner, and this is the first foal for Enters Place. So let's pick up the action in race number 4.
As they continue on to 3/4, Deborah L. by a neck enters place on the outside, bearing down on the leader, 143 and 4. They pace along like a horse in their shadow. Enters place, pokes a nose on top. Deborah L. and the outside now, Nighthawk Racer looking 3 wide as they move around the turn to the top of the stretch. Nighthawk Racer trying to loop the field. Deborah L. digs in, enters place in between them. 3 of them coming to the wire. Nighthawk Racer got a bio-whisker.
So Nighthawk Racer, your winner of race number 4, the 2:15 time bar trot, mile in 2:15 and 3. Nighthawk Racer is by Racing Hill out of 4 Star Shark mare, Dancing with the Stars. She has quite a family and can prove that today. But all these horses right across the wire at the finish, a very nice race. Deborah L. finished 2nd, and Enters Place, the trotter, was 3rd. Fractions were 35 and 2, 110 and 4, 143 and 4, and 215 and 3. So we're going to take a short commercial break, and then we'll be back for race number 5.
With over 30 years of experience in wealth planning and a lifetime of involvement in harness racing, Matt Franklin at Wire to Wire Wealth can help you build a financial plan that addresses the unique circumstances of those involved in the horse racing industry. Whether you are investing to build wealth, protect your family, or preserve your assets, Matt at Wire to Wire Wealth will work with you through the wealth planning process from start to finish.
Joe Fresh locks it down in the Breeders' Crown and a record 6 crowns for Dexter Dunn.
The Ohio equine industry needs your help. I'm Scott Mogan, president of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. With over 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. That means jobs that pump millions of dollars into the local economy and support thousands of families. For Ohio's equine industry to remain strong, we need to send a clear message to our legislators about the important role that the agricultural small businesses play in Ohio's economy. do that, we need your help. PACER, the Political Action Committee for Equine Racing, helps support and inform on issues that could positively affect Ohio harness racing. Please consider a donation to PACER. To donate, visit our website at ohha.com or call 614-221-3650. Your donation will help keep harness racing strong in Ohio. Thank you for your support.
Race number 5, a 2:10 time bar pace. Fired Up Henry L. from the rail with Hank Levan up. Hank Trains and Levan Stables are the owners. This is a Catch the Fire colt out of an Art Major mare Mistra. This horse is a half-brother to LL Maestro, who made $216,000. The 2 is Willow Dale. Pierce Henry will drive for trainer Robert Brooks. Curtis Shoup from Attica, Ohio is the owner. This is a Western Vintage out of a Feelin' Frisky mare Carly Sue. This is the second foal from Carly Sue, but she herself had a 3-year-old mark of 153-2, made $322,000. Girl Anna Cash and Ryan Stahl from the 3-hole. Ryan is the trainer. Another Catch the Fire filly out of a Western Terror mare, When, Why, When, and How. Watson Racing, KJ Stuckey, W. Hart, and Emmy Brown are the owners. This horse was sold at the Ohio Selected Sale for $12,000 and is a half-sister to Naked at the Bar. Wonderful Creek from the 4-hole, John Hosteller up. John also trains and owns this lather up colt out of a mare called Tailwind Hanover, who's by Art Major. This was just a $2,000 purchase at the Buckeye Classic sale, and this horse is a half-brother to Wonderful Beach, who had a 3-year-old mark of 51-2, made $228,000. So let's pick up the action in this 2:10 time bar pace.
Moving by 3/4, 137-1. Girl and a Cash still the leader. Fired Up Henry is there in second, who is getting a bit closer here, but is running out of time as they come to the top of the stretch. Girl and a Cash, the boss. Fired Up Henry is angling to the outside, and down the stretch they come. Girl and a Cash, the leader. Fired Up Henry is second best to Girl and a Cash. Girl and a Cash to win. Fired Up Henry second. Willow Dale is third.
The lone filly in race 5 was your winner in 2, 6, and 4. Girl Anna Cash, trained and driven by Ryan Stahl, was the winner, and one of the owner's granddaughters were here.
Girls rule!
Finishing second in that race, Fired Up Henry L. Third was Willow Dale, and fourth was Wonderful Creek. Fractions were 33-4, 107-2, 137-1, 26-4. That was the last half in 59-2, so a very nice race for these young horses. The time bar winner was Wonderful Creek, who paced a mile in 2:10. I want to thank some of the sponsors that we have for this matinee: Dharma Fall Racing, Dublin Valley Farm, Here's the Stock, Whetstone Fire and EMS, and of course the Crawford County Ag Society. A little bit earlier today we had a chance to talk to one of those main sponsors, Joe Dharmafall. Hey, we're back in the barn area with Joe Dharmafall, who is one of our biggest supporters. I remember when you were started out and you were coming to the fairs and getting a couple bits of horses, and now you are a major sponsor all summer long. What makes you sponsor this matinee meet?
Well, as far as the matinee is concerned, kind of two reasons. Number one, having done some research into the history of matinees, I'm finding that they were once very prominent throughout the state, and there were about 50 of them, and now we're down to 5 or 6. So we're trying to do our part to keep them alive, because they do serve a very useful purpose as far as we're concerned. And that's the second part. I think it's an excellent opportunity for the young horses to get some on-track experience, which they're not getting while they're doing their normal training back at their home tracks. They don't get to go behind a gate or necessarily be on the track with multiple horses. So rather than go from the frying pan to the fire at their very first event, they get to do some practice racing, and we think that's kind of important.
Absolutely. It's just nice to be able to not have to go so fast right away.
Exactly. So they get used to the gate and competing with other horses, and they have a little experience under their belt when the middle of June comes and we're into the harness racing season at the fair level.
I noticed all last summer you were also a sponsor of the ladies' races. I heard that you sponsored some of the music acts that went in between the fairs to keep the fans in the stands entertained.
Well, yes, there's so many different forms of diversions for people in the world today that we're just trying to do our fair share to help keep the sport alive and to thrive. We obviously need more participants and more people in the stands, so anything to help promote the sport is something that we're interested in. We're kind of late bloomers. We didn't come onto the scene until about 7 or 8 years ago. I wish we would have done so a lot earlier, to be frank with you, but while we're here, we're going to do as much as we can to help the sport.
What is it about harness racing that attracted you?
Well, it's sort of, my background was actually in auto racing and still is. I've been an auto racing enthusiast and car owner and sponsor for decades, and it's just a very competitive level, so we like the competition, and the people are very nice. There's not a lot of infighting and arguing going on, which can be the case in auto racing, so it's a bit different, but it's a competitive sport, so we like it.
Well, we like having you around, and thank you for everything that you do for harness racing in the state of Ohio.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you.
We're about halfway through the program. Race 6 coming up. This is a 2:15 time bar pace. Western Sky, Darren Dowler will drive. Terry Henry is the trainer for owner Joyce Wagner. This is a 3-year-old filly by Big Bam Ray out of a Western Hanover mare, Western 6. This is the first lifetime start. This horse is a half-sister to Dolphins, who had a mark of 52-2, made $117,000. The 2-horse, Marnie Said, Pierce Henry will drive for trainer Robert Brooks. Robert Brooks and Thomas Little own this well-said filly. It's out of a Down by the Seaside mare, Marnie by the Sea. This is the first foal from this mare and was purchased at the Buckeye Classic sale for $6,000. The mare earned $278,000, but she was a sister to some big money winners. D.A. Delightful, $519,000. J.C. on the Beach, $485,000. The 3-horse Seaside L, a $22,000 purchase at the Buckeye Classic sale. Hank Levan drives and trains. Levan Stables, Darmalfo Racing, Freeze, and Levan are the owners. This is a half-brother to Roll On Mama, 152-2. So let's pick up the action in race number 6.
141-4 into the final turn. Marnie Said by a nose. Seaside L on the outside. Western Sky looks 3 high for Darren Dowler as they move around the turn to the top of the stretch. We got a horse race here in Bucyrus as they turn for home. Marnie Said clinging to the lead. Seaside L to the outside. 3 wide Western Sky striking the front. Seaside L. Seaside L gets there in time.
What a great finish for race number 6. This was a 2:15 time bar pace. Just 3 horses in it, but they made it very exciting. 3 wide around the last turn and all finished right under a blanket at the finish. Seaside L was your winner. Hank Levan drives and trains. This is a Down by the Seaside out of an Art Major mare. Western Sky finished second and Marnie Said was third. Fractions were 35-2, 109-2, 141-4, and 212-1. Very nice race. We're going to take a short commercial break and then we'll be back for race number 7.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Since 1974, Winterwood Farm has been producing top-of-the-line standardbred racehorses. Captain Kirk, Mission Accepted, and Stockade Sealster continue that tradition. Captain Kirk is the son of Captain Treacherous and took a career mark of 147-4 as a 4-year-old. Mission Accepted, the 2-time Ohio Age Trotter of the Year, has career earnings of over $1.4 million. Stockade Sealster, the 2022 Dan Patch 2-year-old Pacing Colt of the Year, Winterwood Farm, breeding champions for over 50 years.
Racing is back at El Dorado Scioto Downs. Catch the excitement all summer long. Live racing every Tuesday through Saturday nights. First race post time is 5:45. Mark your calendar to see the future stars with a $150,000 Next Generation on July 5th. Thrilling harness racing at El Dorado Scioto Downs. Horse players can earn points with the Caesars Reward Program. El Dorado Scioto Downs. Live racing is back.
Race number 7 is a 225 time bar trot, just 3 in it. The one, Olive Hill, will be driven by Curtis Harper. Carl Easterday Jr. is the trainer. Chris Easterday, from right here at Bucyrus, is the owner. This is a What the Hill colt out of a Conway Hall mare, Lady Lois. The mare is a sister to 4 winners, or over $800,000. Powerful Dude will be driven by Ryan Stahl. Curtis Massey is the trainer. Jeannie Massey and Chelsea Schnitzler are the owners. This is a Marseille out of a Swan for All mare, Powerful Swan. This is just her second foal. Was purchased at the Blooded Horse sale for $5,500. And the 3-horse, the Taxman. Carl Easterday Jr. drives and trains, and Chris Easterday, the owner. This is a Marseille colt out of a His Highness mare, Emotional Blast, purchased at the Blooded Horse sale for $5,000. This is just her third foal. So let's pick up the action in race number 7.
Moving by 3/4, 155 and 4. On the outside, the Taxman. Inside is Powerful Dude. Moving around the turn to the top of the stretch, the Taxman. Trying to get it done on the inside, Powerful Dude. They're at the top of the stretch. And down the lane they come. Powerful Dude on the inside. Taxman on the outside. Powerful Dude and the Taxman. Powerful Dude and the Taxman. Which one will it be? The Taxman.
7th race is in the books, and the winner, the Taxman, with Carl Easterday Jr. up. Carl is the trainer and Chris the owner. Fractions were 40 and 3, 119 and 3, 155 and 4, miling 230 flat. And again, this was a 225 time bar. Finishing second is Powerful Dude, and finishing third, Olive Hill. We're going to be coming back here to the Crawford County Fair for more harness racing on July 16th and 17th. And the Crawford County Fair is hosting a division, the 2-year-old colt trot of the Buckeye Stallion Series. So we talked to Dave Statz earlier today about what it means to have the Buckeye Stallion Series at his fair. Back here in the barn area again with David Statz. Let's talk about the Buckeye Stallion Series that you've had here. What does that mean to your fair to have those stakes?
I tell you, the fair board really enjoys it. You know, we're one of, 2 fairs, I think, that actually have them. And the other fair board members, that some that even don't know about harness racing, they love to go and be able to brag, hey, we got the Buckeye Stallion Series of racing. And so it really means a lot to us. And I know that it brings a little more people in, their families come watch it, and so they can say, hey, you know, when they're at another fair, do you guys have the Buckeye Stallion Series? We do. It's like a little bragging rights, and it really means a lot, and it especially hits home to me because I'm all about good racing, and I love racing, and we've got a nice track. And I think that it don't get enough credit for how nice it really is. And when you can showcase that caliber of horse, you get the next level. I mean, yes, there's very nice fair horses, but when you get that Buckeye Stallion Series, or maybe even a Sire Stake horse might even come out of there, you know, hey, it raced at Bucyrus on that fair track, and how good it was.
Yeah, absolutely. And part of the reason that you were able to get the Buckeye Stallion Series is you made a significant improvement. You tore down an old barn that was built in the fall of 2021, and then you built this brand new barn in 2022.
Yes, and we got to thank the county commissioners for that. You know, the old barn was pre-World War II, and tells you how old it was, and it was needing a lot of updates and improvements. And the commissioners come out and they seen it and like, let's just look into building a new one. So we had some estimates and quotes, and it took a while. I mean, you said it was built in 22, and I bet we started working on it in 17. That's how long it took to get the ball rolling and everything like that. So I mean, very grateful for that, you know. And
it is a beautiful barn. Is it pretty full during the year?
Every stall's rented. I can't tell you that there's a horse in every stall, but all 19 stalls are rented. There's 4 tack rooms, and there's a nice bath stall, and the stalls are 12 by 12s with real nice gates on them. And
Well, thanks to the county commissioners at Crawford County and everything that they do here to improve harness racing. Race 8 coming up is a 2:10 time bar pace. Charlie L. from the rail with Hank Levan up. Hank is also the trainer. We're back to lots of Levans owning this horse, along with Hurley Racing and T. Friend. This horse was purchased at the Buckeye Classic sale for $9,000. It is a well said out of a Yankee Cruiser mare, Cruise on Ashley. This is interesting because this is a half brother to Big Bad Ashley, who made $264,000. Big Bad Ashley is the dam of a horse that's in the 11th race. T. Swifty Babe and Ryan Stahl from the 2-hole. Ryan also trains this horse for Watson Harness Racing, Stuckey, Hart, and Weininger. I'm sorry, I mispronounced that. This is a summa cum laude filly out of a Real Desire mare, Real Ravishing. A Ohio selected sale purchase for $24,000. This horse is a half-sister to 2 O'Clock Johnny, $314,000, Real Wicked, $238,000, and Real Rockin' Ravi, $224,000, so a nice family. Barcelona Legend and Darren Dowler from the 3-hole. Darren is trainer and also co-owns this horse along with Lawrence Bettler. This is a bit of a legend colt out of a Western Hanover mare, Barcelona Hanover. Sold at the Ohio Selected Sale for $7,000. This is a half-brother to Brussels Hanover, who made $327,000. And from the 4-hole, Rated PJ, Pierce Henry up, Robert Brooks trains, and David and Patricia Jury are the owners. They are from right here in Bucyrus. This is the first foal from this mare and was purchased at the Ohio Selected Sale for $20,000. Let's pick up the action in race number 8.
By 3/4 they go in 1:33 and it's Rated PJ the leader. In their second is T. Swifty Babe. Moving to the outside now, Charlie L. with Barcelona Legend as they move to the top of the stretch, and it's Rated PJ. Rated PJ is on top. In their second, T. Swifty Babe. Then it's Barcelona Legend and Charlie L., but it's Rated PJ to win. Finishing second, T. Swifty Babe. Barcelona Legend was third.
Well, that concludes race 8. Rated PJ and Pierce Henry going a mile in 2:4 Quite a mile for this horse. He looked like we had a recall of broken equipment, and I think that this Rated PJ got a little bit more fired up after that. But a really nice mile. Looks like a good colt, but Pierce will have to pay the $50 donation to the Bucyrus County Fair for breaking the time bar by more than 5 seconds. So Rated PJ, your winner. T. Swifty Babe finished second, Barcelona Legend third, and Charlie L. fourth. Fractions were 32-3, 103-2, 133-3, mile in 2:4 The time bar winner was Charlie L.
With over 30 years of experience in wealth planning and a lifetime of involvement in harness racing, Matt Franklin at Wire to Wire Wealth can help you build a financial plan that addresses the unique circumstances of those involved in the horse racing industry. Whether you are investing to build wealth, protect your family, or preserve your assets, Matt at Wire to Wire Wealth will work with you through the wealth planning process from start to finish.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
Race 9 up next, just a 2-horse field. This is a time bar 2:10 trot. The 1-horse, Lindell, Ryan Stahl, is the driver and trainer and co-owns this horse along with Watson Harness Racing and William Hart. This is a Marseille filly out of I Love Lindy, who is by credit winner. This is a sister to I Love My MVP, who earned $102,000. Hang Tight Honey L and Hank Levan from the 2-hole. Hank also trains and drives. Levan Stables, Darmafall Racing, Hurley Racing, and M. Levan all own this in-range filly. She's out of a Father Patrick mare, Mother Lynn. This is the second foal from this mare, and she is a half-sister to a Tactical Landing colt that has a 2-year-old mark of 56-3. This horse was purchased at the Ohio Selected Sale for $30,000. We want to give a shout out to Mike and Becky Webkenberg, who are spending a lot of extra time schooling these horses today. And we see that at the matinees where they're taking some extra time going another lap so everybody gets comfortable behind the gate. And it really is a good start to all these young horses. So thanks to Mike and Becky.
Lindell still the leader. Hang Tight Honey Owl in second. Moving around the turn to the top of the stretch, it's Lindell. Hang Tight Honey Owl is now trying her luck to the outside. They turn for home. Lindell the inside. Hang Tight Honey Owl is coming at her and coming on. Lindell, Hang Tight Honey Owl is still coming. Lindell holds on by a neck.
Lindell was your winner of race number 9. This was a 2:10 time bar trot. Lindell was the winner, but Hang Tight Honey Owl was right there finishing second. A really nice finish again. They came home nice and fast and together, and it was a really, really good race for the two horses. Lindell is owned, trained, and driven by Ryan Stahl, and also owned by Watson Harness Racing and William Hart. Fractions were 34-1, 107, 138-4, 2-9-1, so last half in 102-1. Nice mile. Just want to remind anybody, if you don't have your Huff's Guide, we have a few left at the OHHA office, so if you haven't gotten your Huff's Guide yet, if you had ordered one, they would have been sent out already. So if you need one, we have just a few left, so call the OHHA office and we can get you one sent out. Race number 10, our penultimate race of the day, is another time bar 2:10 trot with 3 horses in it. The one is Belle Lay Star. Norman Robbins will drive. Norman Robbins is also the trainer. And Susan Irene Robbins, the owner. This is a filly by Marseille out of a Master Glide mare, Sister Star. This mare made $91,000. Would You Rather and Ryan Stahl from the 2-hole. Ryan's the trainer and co-owns, along with Watson Harness, K. Stuckey, and W. Hart. This colt was sold at the Ohio Selected Sale for $35,000. It is the first foal of this mare. Rude Dude L and Hank Levan from the 3-hole. Hank is the trainer. Levan Stables, Darmafall Racing, E. Perry, and M. Levan all own this Long Tom colt. It's out of a Man of Many Missions mare, Lips of an Angel, Oz. This colt was sold at the Ohio Selected Sale for $11,000 and is the second foal from this mare. And the mare is a half-sister to Infinity Oz, who was a $325,000 winner. So let's catch all the action in race number 10.
In and around the final turn, Belle Star, Would You Rather, has been sent to the outside, has another length to find as they make their way around the turn to the top of the stretch. Belle Star trying to see it through. Would You Rather is trying to make up ground, but is making up little at this point as Belle Star is trotting away. It is Belle Star to win. Would You Rather is their second. Rude Dude L gets third.
Well, 78-year-old Norman Robbins left the gate, went right to the top, and never looked back, winning this 2:10 time bar in 2:07-3. Quarters were 33-2, 105-4, 137-1, and 2:07-3. So Belle Star and Norman Robbins, your winner. Would You Rather and Ryan Stahl second, and Rude Dude L was finished third. We're going to take a little break and have a word from our sponsors, and then we're going to be back for the final race, race 11.
Since 1974, Winterwood Farm has been producing top-of-the-line standardbred racehorses. Captain Kirk, Mission Accepted, and Stockade Sealster continue that tradition. Captain Kirk is the son of Captain Treacherous and took a career mark of 147-4 as a 4-year-old. Mission Accepted, the 2-time Ohio Age Trotter of the Year, has career earnings of over $1.4 million. Stockade Sealster, the 2022 Dan Patch 2-year-old Pacing Colt of the Year, Winterwood Farm, breeding champions for over 50 years.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Fastest time bar of the day. This is a 2:05 pace. Race number 11, Ashley's Creek and John Hostetler leaving from the rail. John is also the trainer and the owner. This is a lather up out of Big Bad Ashley, who's by Big Bad John. This is her first foal. Was purchased at the Buckeye Classic sale for $3,000. The 2-horse Gem Ella will be driven by Darren Dowler. This is a 3-year-old filly by Big Bam Ray out of Hillcrest Crystal, who's by I Scoot Hanover. Terry Henry, the trainer, and Joyce Wagner, the owner. The mare is a sister to Hillcrest Big Daddy, who made $144,000. And the 3-horse Rockin' Pippa, Tyler Bates drives, trains. Mick Foster is the owner. This is a well-said colt out of Sister Pippa, who's by Sportsmaster. This colt sold for $27,000 at the Ohio Selected sale and is a half-brother to the big risk colt Risk of Pippa, who has a mark of 51-3 and made $187,000. So let's join the action for our last race of the day, race 11.
3/4, 136-1 into the final turn. Ashley's Creek will try to seal the deal. Rockin' Pippa swings alive to the outside, moving around the turn to the top of the stretch, and Rockin' Pippa came here to roll here as they come to the top of the lane and they turn for home. Rockin' Pippa inside Ashley's Creek trying to battle back. It's Rockin' Pippa and Ashley's Creek. Rockin' Pippa gets there in time.
Rockin' Pippa took the 2-hole trip for the home and pulled in the last turn and came away a winner in our last race of the day. Rockin' Pippa and Tyler Bates won. Ashley's Creek was second and Gem Ella finished third. Quarter times 31-3, 104-3, 136-1, and 207. We want to thank everybody here at Bucyrus for putting on this great matinee. For Matt Clark and Susan Schroeder, we will see you right back here at the Crawford County Fair on July 16th and 17th. Have a good night, everyone.
This has been Matinee Madness. Matinee Madness is presented by the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center, Eldorado Scioto Downs, Winterwood Farm, and Wire to Wire Wealth. Matinee Madness is a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.